Welcome to MedTech Global Insights. A major regulatory earthquake just hit the United States diagnostics landscape. During the first week of February 2026, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, issued its long-awaited final rule for laboratory-developed tests, known as LDTs. For decades, these in-house tests, designed and used within a single laboratory, operated under a policy of enforcement discretion. This meant they largely bypassed the stringent review processes required for commercially manufactured diagnostic kits. That era is now officially over. The new rule reclassifies LDTs, treating them as medical devices. This is a seismic shift that will impact thousands of clinical labs, especially those in academic medical centers and innovative startups. So what does this change actually mean for these labs? They will now be phased into the same regulatory framework as major manufacturers. This includes requirements for pre-market review, such as 510(k) clearances or even full pre-market approvals for high-risk tests. They will also need to comply with Quality System Regulation, or QSR, which governs manufacturing practices, and establish robust systems for post-market surveillance and reporting adverse events. The FDA argues this is a necessary step for patient safety. Citing the growing complexity of LDTs, from guiding cancer therapy to prenatal screening, the agency pointed to cases where flawed tests led to misdiagnoses and patient harm. They believe a single, consistent standard is essential for all diagnostics. The industry reaction has been deeply divided. Large, established IVD companies that already navigate FDA regulations may see this as leveling the playing field. However, many hospital-based labs and smaller diagnostic innovators are concerned. They argue this new regulatory burden will be incredibly expensive and time-consuming, potentially stifling innovation. It could even lead to the disappearance of crucial tests for rare diseases, where the market is too small to justify the cost of a full FDA submission. For international medtech companies, this raises the barrier to entering the U.S. market significantly. A diagnostic that may have been launched through a U.S. lab partner as an LDT now faces a much more complex and costly pathway. Navigating this new American regulatory environment requires deep, localized expertise. Understanding and adapting to these massive regulatory shifts is critical for survival and success. For strategic guidance on navigating the FDA's new LDT framework or other global market access challenges, contact Pure Global by email or visit our website.